Thank you very much, David. And I know how it is, you know, when you get one of these late afternoon slots, right? But you look alert and awake out there, and I'm sure you'll be when we'll end this session around 8:30 p.m. No, just kidding. This will go fairly quickly. But we have a lot of interesting things to talk about today. My name is Peter Arnegård. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer at Continental, and it's great to see so many people here in the audience, all professionals, all moving in the same direction, trying to make sense of more information, more data, more change, probably ever than before. One thing that we're talking quite a lot about at Continental is the journey from information into actual intelligence. And the way that how companies not only should be able to monitor and collect data, but how they actually turn this into foresights and into actual real decision. And this is exactly what this session is all about today. And instead of having me speaking about all of this, I have the pleasure to talk to somebody that actually lived kind of through this whole process, someone that has successfully implemented an intelligence platform and sitting in the front row firsthand, seeing all the challenges, implications, how that is to roll it across an entire organization. So very much welcome to Ines Straßburger from AUMOVIO. Give her a hand.
Thank you. Thank you, Peter. I think it's not working. It's working? Can you hear me? Yes, yes.
I hear you loud and clear,
yeah,
Ines.
Yeah, thank you.
Good. So, Ines, why not
Peter.
briefly introduce yourself? Who are you and your role?
Yes, with pleasure. So, as Peter said, I'm Ines Straßburger. I'm a sales operation project manager within strategy and portfolio in AUMOVIO. AUMOVIO, formerly the Automotive part of Continental AG. That's why we have started together the journey under the roof of Continental, but now, close before, we have finished, and I am now here presenting AUMOVIO, the new company, which is now independent and specializing in autonomous driving. We are doing the software-defined vehicles and also connected mobility. I'm proud to present AUMOVIO as the adaptive powerhouse for future mobility, making safety exciting, connected, and autonomous. As Peter explained, I recently led the onboarding of their platform and with the focus on for user activation and also how to get these integrated in our processes.
Interesting. So what actually prompted the implementation of this platform?
Yes, thank you for that question, and I think it's also most important to ask for that. In our organization, we wanted to structure our market and competitive intelligence more effectively. That's why we to make it actionable for decision making. Yeah, also in regards to for strategic decision making. That's why we decided to use a centralized and user-friendly solution as an essential thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's say now, since we have successfully introduced this in a pilot, so means in autonomous mobility, where I've been also located, we are now looking forward to scaling this globally. This means we would like to roll out also in AUMOVIO, yeah, so cross-functional and for all divisions, because AUMOVIO is not just autonomous mobility. Of course, we have other divisions, and we have central functions like purchasing, and we are glad that we found, or we could go for the next move, and purchasing is coming with Cimicon market intelligence as part of the platform. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. So it sounds quite like an ambitious project, and I understand such an enormous project is not without obstacles. So what would you say were the biggest challenges about this?
Biggest challenges, of course, might be the technical setup, but this is just, let's say, I think what you can managing. Yeah, it was manageable. The real challenge came with user activation. Yeah, to be, let's say, that we have make our organization curious to use this platform for their daily business. Yeah, and also to integrate the platform into existing workflows, existing processes. On top, as I have mentioned, we are in the middle of a transformation from in AUMOVIO's transformation and migration. So we use the Continental systems, but we were in the middle of transformation and need to be ready for use then in AUMOVIO's world. So finally, we made it. I'm really proud. I'm really appreciating the effective collaboration between Conti and, or let's say now the new ones, and with Commentelli.
Yeah, and implementing the platform, that's like, that's halfway through. The most complex thing, and I think many organizations experience this, is to actually, the actual user activation.
Correct.
To get people starting using the
Correct.
system.
Yes, yes.
Because then when you can reap out the full benefits. What's your approach to this?
Yes, we have started to communicate, so basically with a kickoff with the Commentelli team, and then of course some homework to make, yeah, to just look internally what needs to be done. And one of the most important thing is to find out where your stakeholders are. Yeah.
Yes.
So basically, if we found, then we could start this onboarding project. We said, okay, let's go for a 10-week project. Yeah, so 10 weeks lasting with 3 phases. So and then what we also did on our side, so in our organization, we have started offering trainings, we have started open calls, we have promoted the platform internally whenever we had an opportunity in town hall or in dedicated stakeholder. They also have some staff meetings. There we present our these platforms so that the user groups are aware, of course, something big is coming, yeah? Including also management.
Yes.
Because you need this support. What we also took as let's say, a necessary thing, it's feedback loops. Yeah. After all these trainings, open calls, and whenever we got in touch with our stakeholders, we ask for open feedbacks. So because this is mandatory and highly important for this development. Yeah, that you can develop. And you see what are your stakeholder needs, because you just have a platform, that's okay, but you need to have it, let's say, also customized. Yeah.
Yes, yes, and just as you said, I think it's very important to involve management in this, yeah. Since it's both a bottom-up and a top-down approach.
Yep.
So I assume that there are quite a lot of takeaways from this project, but what was the most important learnings, would you say, from this project?
Yeah, our key learnings. Tools only work when people are use them. That's most important. Second, tech alone isn't enough. Third one, communication, training and support is a key. And that's all.
Good. Yeah. And if we kind of look at the success factors, if you would recommend this, another company doing the same thing, what success factors would you kind of outline here?
So again, to have such an onboarding, it's always a good idea, because here you can find out what is to do if you would like to roll out this in a company, as in our organization. I mean, we are a big company, and that's why it's highly important and highly recommend to early involve your users. So means identifying the stakeholder community. Stakeholders are the connectors to the end user. So basically also here, a dedicated team which is responsible for the development of the tool can train stakeholders, or let's say get them exciting that they are being the next connectors, and then you can really catch the end users. Of course, also a clear role and responsibility.
Yes.
It should be definitely clear who is doing what and who is responsible for what. And as you have mentioned, with these combined the top-down leadership, yes, with the bottom-up engagement.
Yes.
And at last, but not least, that the continuous improvement or continuous development of the platform and the tool is ensured, and the great support, that people are feeling well.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Ines. Very interesting to hear your story. And we also have one of our own customer success managers, Petri Verinen. Remind me again, how many years have you been working with this type of projects and implementations and your experience?
Yeah. We just talked about that with our colleagues, and it's by coincidence exactly 25 years. So I started as an intelligence process consultant in October 2000.
That's almost pre-internet. Almost.
Yeah,
yes.
almost. Yeah.
Pre-computers. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
So, hearing Ines' story here, what are your reflections? And you've seen dozens of implementation projects through your experience. How would you comment on this?
Yeah, perhaps not dwelling too much into me and my past, but I guess I need to mention this so that you know where I'm coming from and why I'm presenting what I'm about to present. So, back in the day, the intelligence process consulting for us, it meant setting up the intelligence systems, and not only the software, but the whole operation for companies in Western Europe, North America. And it was really a, should I put it like, wholesome process. Not looking at the tools, but looking at how do we serve the internal processes, decision-making processes in the companies, who are the stakeholders we serve, where do we get the information and understanding, and how do we activate the network, many things that Ines also mentioned. And it was always kind of a project that we put attention to. And of course, technology has changed a lot, and ways of working and everything during the years, but still I think that nowadays it quite easily goes into a mode that, okay, let's turn on this solution in the SaaS, in the cloud someplace, and then plug in a couple of information sources and we are ready. And that's kind of opposite to what AUMOVIO has been doing, and I've had the luxury of being the person responsible in Orange, so I've been enjoying the show. But just to kind of an outsider perspective to AUMOVIO's case is that it's really considered a project. You have someone who has responsibility, but also the mandate to run the show, to make sure that the intelligence practitioners do what they are supposed to be doing, making sure that we tap into the correct stakeholders within the organization, making sure that the vendor is doing what they need to be doing. So kind of the strong attention to the process, how we take this through. And that would be the first thing coming to my mind. It's not that everybody is doing wrong nowadays, but it was more process-oriented and more involvement as a project previously.
Yes, thank you. Anything else you'd like to add to that?
The second thing would be perhaps if you call it like land and expand. That has been something that I believe that AUMOVIO has been doing very well as well. They have started with certain focus, chosen the business area, to whom they serve, to whom they interact with. They tap into the correct audience and the stakeholders. They do things as right as you can. And then if something is needed, then we have change management process, we change things, improve, and then only after that we apply the improved method and ways of working to the other business units. And that's, I think, this is a second great success factor in this project. And if I have time, I will throw in third one as well.
Yeah, throw in the third one as well. We do have time.
And that's even, I think that's even more. I've been hearing a lot of discussion now for some reason this year. I think we've been talking a lot with other people here about culture and human and that interactions, and which is quite refreshing because AI is, every place and solution to everything, all life's problems. But it's not, at least in intelligence, luckily, it's not that. So you do need the people to make the decisions in the end, to make intelligence actionable, but really you need people to evaluate if you are doing right things. You need their expertise, because in the end of the day, I always like to see it and say it in a way that you can buy software from one of the vendors, very good vendors here, several of those. You can buy the content, feed that in automatically and so on, but what makes the difference is the culture that utilizes intelligence, contributes, further develops what we do, and that's the deciding factor. And Ines was mentioning that also in the presentation, the stakeholders, that's the key to success.
Good. Thank you very much, Petri. And just a quick question to the audience. I'm not sure, is anybody here with their company going through a similar process right now, implementing an intelligence platform? Hands up. It's quite a few. And now we have some opportunity for some free consultancy hours if you want to ask questions. No charge. Any questions so far to Ines and Petri? No? Okay. Just to kind of summarize things, and I think this is an important point, and it's the fact that it's not the technology that enables intelligence, it's the people.